Hello, Remote Physics 1 students. So the reason that you're here is because you're probably having trouble creating your graph for Lab 3. And so this video is going to help you insert your bar graphs for Lab 3. So hopefully if you're watching this video, you've already gone through the entire lab and you've collected all your data, and right now all you need to do is create your graphs. Of course, because we want to insert graphs, we're going to go to Insert, and we want a bar graph, so I'm going to click the first bar graph here. I'm going to move it over to the side so that I have a clear view of my data. Then I'm going to click Select Data, and I'm going to add a series. Okay, so the first series I'm going to do is going to be clip. Okay, and then for my series values, I'm going to delete what's already there. I'm going to hold my control key down. I'm going to do average, so I'll hit control, and then I'm going to select each one of my clip average values, and then click OK. And then I'm going to add another series. This time I want to do ball. Then I'm going to delete my series value, my default series value, and add in all of my ball values. Remember to hold down the control key while you're clicking each of your ball values. And then I click OK. And then now I want to go and I want to edit my horizontal category axis. So I click Edit, and that's why I copied knee, tabletop, shoulders, and top of reach down here. So I'm just going to copy this or highlight this right here and click OK, and then click OK, and you'll notice now I have my bar graph. Now it's hard to tell because there's no legend which one is which one's clip and which one is ball, and so I'm going to find myself a layout that tells me which is which. And I also kind of want to have something on my y-axis too to give me an explanation that that is indeed time. So I'm going to choose layout 9. You don't have to. There are other options that would satisfy the requirement, but you do want to make sure you have a chart title, and you do want to make sure you have a y-axis title, and you do want to make sure you have a legend. Okay, so I'm going to call this average time of falls, and then I'm going to give it an axis title for the y-axis, which is going to be time in seconds. And then down here for the axis title, I'll just call that height. But honestly, it doesn't really matter if you have it or not. So you could also just delete that since we already have this, and that would be perfectly fine. So I think this is by far the easier way to present the data, but the other way that you could present the data that would also be equally as correct is you could do insert, and we're going to insert that same chart, but instead of breaking it down by knee, tabletop, shoulders, and top of reach, you could break it down by clip and ball. So let me show you what that would look like. So we're going to click select data, and we're going to click add. And remember, this time we're going to be calling this knee. Okay, so then we're going to highlight our knee values and click OK. Then we're going to add our tabletop values. We'll select those, click OK. Then we're going to add our shoulder values. Click OK. Then we're going to add our top of reach values. Okay, and we highlight those and we click OK. Now over here where we want to edit our horizontal category so that we know which is clip and which is ball, we click Edit, and then we're going to highlight clip and ball, click OK, and then click OK. Now just like before, we are going to want to get ourselves a quick layout so that we can keep track of everything. So I'm going to choose layout 9 once again, give myself a chart title, so average time of falls, and then time in seconds. And then I could call this item if I wanted to, but as I mentioned, that's kind of superfluous. We don't really need it, so you could just get rid of it. All right, so that's the other way that you could graph the information for your average time of falls. I'm not going to go through how to do standard deviation because it's going to be exactly the same thing. It's just that instead of highlighting the values in this average row, you're going to be highlighting the values in the standard deviation row. All right, so hopefully you found this video useful, and best of luck with Lab 3.